Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Assassin's Creed. So,
Don't do that again.
for the most part, all I really need to do is just make it to Acre from the kingdom. We know this area is surrounded by guards and Templars. Templars have a tendency to be um, singular guards with a different outfit. We've killed one of them and there's 100 in the game. Whereas all the other guards are just different guards of different areas. But mostly all I need to do is... So there, way up there is our viewpoint to synchronize, and I'm not going to be able to get up to that. I don't think. So let's move on to the next viewpoint. If I see flags, I'll try and grab them, but I'm trying very hard to not be obsessive about it. I doubt I'm ever going to get them all. I'm being very high profile here. So like those guys seem like they're just attack on sight. And I don't even know why they would attack on sight. This story is failing to really explain that to me. Does the flag alone indicate that I just can't go there? Am I such a sworn enemy of these guys? Like, these guys are suspicious of me, and I guess as long as I'm not too close, I'm alright. They don't seem to be actively trying to attack me. Yeah, it seems like if you just approach these buildings from the side they're not guarding, you can then climb your way up. So I guess maybe their job is to guard the building. One would assume that this is some kind of archer tower or something that they would use to defend a specific point, and I'm using it to synchronize with. Look, a boat dock. One of the nice things about them being able to change the character, since there really is no main protagonist that's kind of important in this game, is that you can easily just overlook the fact that Altair here cannot swim in the next game and allow the characters to then be able to swim. This area, I think, may be the only actual area that has a day-night cycle, and it seems almost more focused around a shadow cycle. See, I think right there is another collectible. Collectible flag. But remember, right now our real goal is just to get to Acre. It's just to not cause any trouble. Right, so you see that round of guards there. like I'm about to fall right on that guard.
An assassin! Kill him! Je lui fais! You think you can lose me?
So like these guys
You won't get away from me! This is where you
are
die!
gonna start attacking you. And then death comes.
Use vigilantes you have freed to block your pursuit.
Maybe there are some people like I could free. I don't know. And this blend is way too slow. It's like they're slightly suspicious.
Fiche le camp!
What language was that? Now the trick to doing things like that is you have to hold the right trigger and press the A button down. And it will handle everything fine by itself. Of course, this is incredibly deadly to do. Because if you die, you're right back to where you were. And this would be a cool little jungle gym play area. If it weren't for the fact that
You're a dead man! Don't lose him!
these things
Search high and low!
are gonna end up with you being
Never get away!
knocked into the water. You can hit left bump for the chase cam. What does that look like? Nope, doesn't look like anything now.
Barbarian.
Leave me alone!
Stay on him!
So we've broken the line of sight, but without a place to hide in. It doesn't help. You still have to find something like this. And then wait. Which again is just not the loose scenario you'd want. I much prefer the default. You're gonna be attacked by a certain number of people, you're gonna take them out, and then once they're all dead, you're fine. This is like a, I think almost puzzle area. At some point, maybe you have to fight these guys. Maybe just run through it every time if you want to. I think that was a Templar right there. And notice how anybody anywhere close to you is now not happy with you. No, and that's an easy way to die right there.
He's bound to tire!
These guys are gonna start throwing rocks at me if they can see me. Fortunately, I'm yellow now, so they can't see me. almost the green, yellow, red system, except for instead of using green, it turns white. So one path is definitely more well guarded than the other. If you have the choice, I would definitely recommend using the left path. So the map has been updated. If we look at all the elements, there's a viewpoint. We could go here, but it's probably worth it just to go straight to this. Yeah, this doesn't really work. Should have grabbed the horse. Why are these guys just really dead immediately? Why they can recognize me immediately is confusing. About to die. The best hope I can do is run for a checkpoint. And then when I hit the checkpoint, if he kills me, use that to my advantage. But overall, this is not fun. It's not horrible. It is kind of like run from the bad guys, but the bad guys always catch you. That they run faster. If I had a constant ability to have speed on my side, maybe when you see the glitch there, you are supposed to hit A and jump. Maybe that's part of the trick. Yeah, that does work. Interesting. The game never explained that at all, but that is what it's indicating. As soon as you see the glitches, hit A and you can run from them. No glitch there though. But when there was a glitch. And so we're just running straight for Acre. And at red. I remember that flag was actually one of the very last flags I ever collected when I collected them all. Just because I never saw it. Having no in-game map that just is separate for collectibles, and then having so many collectibles is a bad combination. It wasn't as bad a combination 9 years ago. 9 years ago, it was pretty acceptable to have that many collectibles. It's just that we've been blessed with an abundance of good games that have better story and better gameplay elements, that the padding of games, making them longer artificially, is no longer something that is really appreciated or needed. So there's a little bit of an area here. I do believe some of the story actually takes place in this area too, so we may actually run into a point where the story occurs and parts of it still aren't synchronized.
I can't find him.
Everybody is coming back to their positions, but it is definitely a guarded area. Pretty sure there's some flags over in that section too if you just wanted to fight people, but it's totally the wrong place, point in time to do that. One more collectible or so will get us
Use
Or
free
side.
running to escape from a fight.
one more side objective. We get another health bar. Now the guys don't seem to be as angry with you. Perhaps the guards just have better eyesight in the kingdom, or there's fewer people to keep an eye on. Maybe there's some other reason. Birds flying around the castle. Another gated city. I think they're all gated cities, really. Cannot access this. Did it always say sector unavailable, or did it say
What was that you called us before, eh? Heathen?
cannot be accessed at this time for some of the sections?
What was that you called us before, eh? Heathen?
What the hell do you want?
Alarislik.
You're right, then.
I'll have your head!
Oh yes, I forgot about the strong attacks.
You think you can outrun me?
2 more. 3 more. Gosh. You see how now the combo all of a sudden becomes really helpful.
Thank you, my boy. I only wish my sons were half as brave as you. I'll see to it that they hear this tale and know what it is to be a true hero.
So here's a Christian with a cross, saved by the assassins. Pretty much the assassins believe their own thing in this
Where's
storyline.
the one responsible for this?
So Christians or Muslims alike, because those were Christian guards attacking a Christian monk.
Who did this?
It seems somewhat silly. Alright, but same old blend. You only need to do it maybe 3 or 4 times in the entire game, so it's not a terrible problem. It is kind of slow to walk into the city this way and only this way, or start a fight, which can turn into a nightmare because you will pull like these guards right here into the fight with the guards at the gate, and that will pull those guards in the next row, and that will pull those guards in the next row. And here's like an eavesdrop thing I could do right here. So let's just exit the blend. And look at that fat lady right there. Wow. Alright.
You hear about Elaine?
The archer who guards the eastern wing?
Poor bastard's brother caught an arrow in the throat. Doubt he'll last the night.
How can he continue to work knowing what's to come?
He visits his brother often, so I cover for him when I can.
You aren't there now.
No. I've family business of my own to attend to.
Then he'd best hope the doctor doesn't learn of his desertion.
He won't. Long as you stay silent.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me.
Some of the fortress roof guards are absent from patrol duty. Well, that's nice. Before we even start climbing to this point, we've got some information. It's a totally different set of people that are probably, I guess, maybe a couple 100 years different. I would assume that some of these character faces were pre-made graphics that they bought, or perhaps they just didn't know what they were doing.
Why are you doing this?
Isn't a citizen in peril? Let's go ahead and start.
That's all you do.
Help! I need help! Please!
Die, heathen.
They get bloodier and bloodier.
Thank you, my boy. I only wish my sons were half as brave as you. I'll see to it that they hear this tale and know what it is to be a true hero.
These are dark days indeed.
Who did this?
Does he really have a reason for doing that?
What happened here?
So let's get away from that pile of bodies. There's a rooftop guard.
These are dark days indeed.
Feed it! There's the one responsible for this.
All of a sudden it's a little bit more difficult to climb around. The poor district of Damascus didn't have rooftop guards, and now all the cities kind of are going to. And that means more and more of the game is going to have to be done on the ground with all the other guards. So it's guards either way. Now, the thing we don't want to do is go to the Assassin's Bureau. We want to work our way to the next spot, which I assume is that bird there.
He must not be of sound mind.
But I need money, sir.
So
I'm
here's
poor
a beggar
and sick and hungry.
that we
No,
can't
please,
do anything
don't
about.
leave like this. Just a few coins, please. I beg of you, sir.
I could,
beg of you. Just
I
a
suppose,
few coins,
grab her.
Please. Please, sir, have any money?
But the only thing I can really do is run away from her. You don't have the ability, nor do I believe you ever gain the ability in the first game to throw coins at them. And it's kind of weird because in the second game, when you do gain the ability to throw coins, you kind of use it just to throw coins anywhere, and everybody will run after it. Beggars and children and adults alike. We can see from the area, the design of Acre here. Acre, or however, I'm gonna call it Acre. But you can kind of see from the design of these buildings, flags
This
are gonna
place
be
is restricted. Be gone.
more difficult to.
You've no reason to be here. Leave now.
It would be a lot easier to hide flags in these little areas.
Though the road is long and your trials many.
Such as this area. Which probably means just another, like,
You're not supposed to be here.
nail in the coffin for collecting all the flags. It's too much work. It's too much work to ask a regular player. It's too much work. So I'm gonna try and hide down here until I can probably take this guy out. You don't really have a choice. kind of now are assassinating more and more people. It's sort of a shame you can't have that nice, like, peaceful run in Assassin's Creed where you would just kill the 9 people that you needed to and maybe a couple of guards that you just couldn't get away from, but mostly keep it below 100. But unfortunately, it's just not going to be the case. You're going to definitely end up killing hundreds and hundreds of guards. We've already done quite a few. If you go back and think of all the... This is weird. I'm not seeing any more investigations yet. Do I want to go this way or do I want to run? I'm going to do the leap of faith and walk that way. I should be seeing more citizens in peril, which every time I save a citizen in peril, by the way, I am killing no less than 4 guards. Let's see. I think this is one, and if it isn't one, then I think it'll be at least a decent way to get around. Yep. Big old Christian church. This is one of the few games really where I've really thought about investigating more information about the Crusades. It's not something I'm particularly interested in, but this does cover a time period in a story that you usually don't see or get hear about being talked about. Could have synchronized on the platform. Of course, doing that is one way to die. I had hoped it had pointed me in the right way to do a loop from the cross.
Nearly so gifted as the good surgeon who leads the hospitaliers. Garnier de la Pelouse is without fear.
Here's a mission.
People of Acre, listen well. Garnier de la Pelouse is a good man. He means only to help. He's sworn an oath to serve and save. A promise he won't betray. Soon, my friends, soon the good doctor will attend to your needs. Be patient. Hold hope close. There are many in need of aid, and only one of him. He works tirelessly to serve and save.
No, you don't.
But these things take time.
The money.
So our next target is a doctor. One would think that it's a pretty far leap from a weapons merchant to a doctor. Now, notice there's some water carriers around here we want to be careful about. Gently push these guys until nobody is looking. Here's the beggar.
Just a few coins, please.
I assume she won't count.
I need money, sir. I'm poor and sick and hungry. I'm so hungry. Just a little money, I beg of you.
So yeah, beggars are a big pain in the butt. Guards are still everywhere. I believe you get the pickpocket knives off these guys that are right to the left of me. guy just went in a full circle. Does he know somebody's following him? He should. I'm right behind him. Follow quests are on the list. Not the absolute worst as style of gameplay mechanics. Escort quests are pretty bad too. Was I supposed to punch him like right then when they're in the hallway? There was like 1 second in which nobody was looking. That would make a lot of sense. I assume there's more to this. If he just goes back to his position, then I may have failed it. I'm gonna have to keep a closer eye on this, obviously. Or maybe there's a citizen peril I was supposed to take out. Like the second he goes white, I'm gonna punch him.
Get up, fight you one.
Mercy! Mercy! Don't kill me. I'll do anything you want.
You serve Gagne?
He makes me say these things to keep the people from revolting, to give them hope and make them eager for his touch.
Tell me everything you can about the man.
Yes, of course. I know what happens within, what he really does.
Go on.
Not sick, not wounded when they enter, but once he's got his hands on them, then the pain begins.
He's no healer then. Just a sick, cruel man.
I don't know what it is he does to make them cry so loud, but it must be stopped before more are made to suffer. Will you stop him?
It's why you still live.
He is cautious. You must pick the proper time. Go to him when he attends to the patients. He forgets the world around him, becomes lost in his work. Yes, strike then.
I thank you for the information.
Then you'll let me go?
Would that I could.
So you have to assassinate him. So even the people that work with you end up dead. You're not much better, really, than any of the others. So we're right on the edge here. You can see there's a mill district, a rich district, and a poor district. Just like the other one.
Who could have done such a thing? These are dark days indeed.
You really don't get to use your hidden blade enough in this first game. It would have been fun, although I seriously doubt that they knew how many Assassin's Creed games they were going to end up making. All they kinda did.
Dirty thief! I'll have your
They
hands
kind
for
of
that.
knew that every year they planned on releasing more and more games,
Thief!
like
Be gone,
Prince of
Bob.
Persia.
This will teach you.
They did not say what they wanted from me, but I saw the darkness in their eyes. Sorry, I have nothing to offer in return for your sacrifice, but I shall see to it that my brothers know you are a friend.
They all seem to
Where's the
say
one
the same
responsible
thing
for
with
this?
just different voices, which is fine. I mean,
Thief!
you hire a bunch of voice
Get
actors
away from me!
and tell them to say the same thing. Here we go. Make sure we're pointing at the right one.
You're all dead men! Fine then, stay hidden! Raven bastard!
Over here. Climb up here.
You're somewhere you shouldn't be. Leave before you get hurt.
So we need to get to the top of that tower. And until we have the throwing dagger ability, that is going to be somewhat difficult. What I want him to do is walk to the left so I can sneak up behind him and assassinate him. So like this, and then quickly.
Who did this? Show yourself.
Every synchronization point is getting a little bit more dangerous. Another viewpoint collected. I could really understand though if people just did not care about these viewpoints. In fact, it's feasible that somebody might not really care about any of the elements in this game at all. Walking in blind to a game called Assassin's Creed, if you just wanted to assassinate people, just kill people, maybe not even get to the level of an assassination, because I don't know if these people are big enough celebrities, political leaders and such, that an assassination is the right term. There's a lot of wind up. There's a lot of work you have to do to reach that point.
Please, sir, have any money?
Here's a citizen in peril. Let's go ahead and take them on.
Let me go, please.
You dirty thief! Move! I'll have your hands for that!
Now, I don't believe there's any Templars in the actual city. But I do believe there's a lot of guards. Notice I reached a checkpoint right in the middle of the fight.
Praise God, you've saved me. All the city will know of your sacrifice.
The lip movements don't even really connect. What am I closest to a pickpocket mission? 8 more things needed to be done before I can reach the...
Please, sir, have any money?
Will these guys let me through?
I beg of you,
If
sir,
I
I
blend?
beg of you,
Hey.
just a few coins,
You look
please.
familiar. Your presence,
No, please, don't leave that. Just a few coins, please.
Leave me alone.
The family's sick and dying. Could you spare a few coins?
Just trying to get to
You
this
were not allowed
pickpocket.
to be here. Leave. He must not be of sound mind.
Come on, pickpocket. Victim, where are you? It says 13 feet away. So he's either like on the other side of this wall or on the roof. And either one is pretty difficult. You will start to recognize that there are definitely sections of the game that make it a lot of work to get 8 feet. This is kind of a great example of it.
Oh my.
Like I just want to walk through the wall, and yet I can't.
Be gone, beggar. Move.
So there's a hole in the roof.
Go
there.
away, peasant.
You can see that.
Is there a reason for him to do that?
Odd. Why would he do that?
He's going to hurt himself, and when he does...
So through this hole in the roof we go. Maybe this was the section. Now that I'm past the guards, I think I'm fine.
So what you got there?
Rubbish. The man had no coin to speak of, just some damn tube. All I found was a bit of paper with these nonsense scratchings.
Them's not nonsense, but words and letters.
Why is a man putting words and letters in a tube? It's a waste of tube if you ask me.
Must be important. Give it here, and I'll have a look.
Like you helped last time. I ain't letting you steal this.
Well, ain't you clever? Have fun with it then.
So I've got to get to this guy quick. So this guard doesn't seem to be too upset with me being in here. One would assume that the guards might be upset with me trying to leave, though. Doesn't seem like there's any more flags.
Die! You die!
Yep.
Where you die! Stay on it!
So it gets pretty ridiculous as far as what the guards care about, what the guards don't care about. Where the
Hell you!
Be quiet. No one's going to help you.
So we got a citizen in peril here.
What was that you called us?
Interesting,
before, eh?
citizens in perils, same as the Lego game series of games. I don't know if the concept is really that different.
Don't try to run, old man. There's nowhere to go.
Nothing wrong. Why are you doing someone do that?
Tamahal.
You die! You die! Here!
I can't wait till I can drop down on this thing. That is a feature of the sword.
Is that the last of them? I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon, either. You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured I won't forget
Tell
it.
me.
So, I've got some guys now, scholars that would probably help me get into that area I was already in. Let's jump up here.
What? Who's done this? Tell me.
I'm looking for the eagle point to synchronize. Where is it? Over there somewhere? Looks like it's that one right there. So if I can make it to this and get up here. Uh-oh. This is gonna be a little bit difficult. And your eagle eye doesn't really get you in a position where you can see through things. So it's actually kind of useless as an ability. So they saw me for a second there, but that's all I needed. This very well may be where the assassination is going to take place. Kinda looks like it is, if I remember correctly. How I can remember any of this is kind of weird. Let's see. What I really need is another leap of faith.
Leave, peasant, before I make you.
That was 1 bar of health.
He's gonna hurt himself, and when he does,
Interesting. 1 bar of health is all that took. Let's see, can I make it to this? Well, no, I was aiming for the thing to the left of it.
This'll teach you not to steal.
Why are you so cruel? What have I done wrong? Why are you so cruel?
Leave.
there are reasons
What have I
then to
done
do
wrong?
that.
Die, thief.
Leave. Someone do
Be
something.
not afraid. Fear and doubt are the weapons
Let
of
me
our
go.
enemies.
Please.
Do not listen
go.
to their lies.
This'll teach you not to steal.
To show the
You're a dead man. You'll pay dearly.
She's just waving her hands. She's like, no, 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 don't kill him.
It's good you came along when you did. Another minute and they'd have made off with me. I owe you.
And you really don't know if there's actual justified reactions. For all we know, we are just helping the thieves. Maybe we don't even really care. Probably don't care as an assassin. Probably use criminals to your advantage as much as possible. You certainly do in future games in the series. So we need to get up to that building. Let's hop over here.
Thief. This'll teach you not to steal.
Let go of me. I've done nothing wrong.
And there's a new
What have I done?
Die,
citizen in
thief.
peril right now.
Let go of me. I've done nothing wrong. Why are you doing this?
Come over here and synchronize.
Thief.
Help me. Somebody help me.
We're making good progress in this area. When you don't waste a ton of time looking for the collectibles, you can actually get through this game a lot faster than I thought. I remember it being an incredibly long game when I first played it, just because of all the collectibles, just doing stuff. And I also remember not really having that much fun at the end of the day, trying to find all the collectibles. And remember, there's 9 games in this series. So you find all the collectibles in the first one, 8 more games to collect. Oops. Hit the person I was trying to save. The thing that's really unrealistic about these fights, of course, is that you don't really die in this type of weaponry from being stabbed in the stomach or cut in the head. What you die from is you get a big enough wound that it gets infected and you die weeks later. So even the smallest of cuts is almost a death sentence. So definitely some unrealistic things being done here. But then again, all of the assassin stuff. Oops. I tried to blend it my way through that one, didn't work. Cannot blend in that group. Up we go. So it seems like
Help! Anyone, please help me!
You dare steal in my presence! Double cost
You are not allowed to be here. Leave.
You'll never get away! You're eyes on it now! Anyone see him? Move, damn it!
we need to climb up this one building.
He's over here! Time like
Wall.
that.
I can barely reach it.
They're all in!
So you're right against the wall here. Of course, you could have synchronized this later on once those sections of the memories are open to you. Oops.
You won't get away from me! You'll be
I'm about to die. I'm about to die.
He won't get away that easily!
Yeah, that one says cannot be accessed at this time.
When you're out of knives, refill your stock.
They're talking about knives. We haven't even gotten the knives yet. Here's an informal archer stealth assassin challenge, which that's new. So I did want to point out, you did, even though you can't reach those areas, you did synchronize to unlock the fog of those areas. You can also see this area is definitely different from the rest of it. Right. Where is the lady? She must be on the other side of this wall.
I should kill you where you stand.
Knows that there are some really big fat people showing up. Not likely to happen. In this time frame. I think everybody would be a little bit shorter, a little bit skinnier. Again, we're having that issue where to walk 8 feet you have to go down a pathway or climb an entire building. Either way you end up taking a lot of time. And that is a real good argument for why they kind of made the worlds more open in future games.
Tell me, please! What
Yeah,
have I done
assassin.
wrong? Tell me, please!
Die!
Stop it, please!
I have your head! You'll never get away!
Knows the guy in the helmet seems to be a better swordsman.
Die, heathen!
Knows he's doing the counter. Fortunately, I got the counter.
You think you can outrun me? You die here!
More guards are coming. Every second it down the one, you can just hold down X button.
Oh, I don't think I could have handled them myself. Still, you've done right by me. I'll see to it that the favor is returned.
Notice you never really get a clean version of that dialogue after saving a citizen because you're just in the middle of this fight. One of them is speaking French. We're getting more and more of part English, part French, part other things. Here's our next viewpoint we should synchronize with. Where is it? One would assume that they can see me through these walls. Why wouldn't they be able to?
You're not supposed to be here. Leave.
Alright, none of them see me from this angle. And that's all you really need is to find the one angle they don't see you, and then you have to, once you're half a body's length ahead, higher than them, they don't look upward to see you. Which is kind of true. Most people don't have a tendency to look upward. They're either looking eye level or lower. Informer flag challenge. Let's see what his is.
If it isn't Altair, remember me? No? I learned my craft at the same time as you. Still no memories of me. Doesn't matter. Al-Mualim has charged me with a mission that I am honored to perform. I must test you. What a pleasure. I have hidden flags in this area. Find them and return to me. Be quick. It is such a shame that the old man insisted that I must help you if you succeed.
So, flag challenge.
Why is he doing that?
It's not particularly a hide and seek thing. It's instead, nope, climb up. It's instead kind of a race thing. Notice a noticeable lack of audio here. Oh man.
Why is he doing that? Look, what's he doing?
Gotta hurry now. I'm not gaining any time for collecting the flags, so this is all you got to begin with. If you can stay in the right motion, it's not really that hard.
I need money, sir. I'm poor, I'm sick and hungry.
So, a minute 40 left.
Back? I'm impressed. Not enough to change my mind about you, but since Al-Mualim commands, here is what I know about your next target. Garnier hides in the Hospitalier fortress. Getting into the fortress will require cunning. That's all I have for you.
That was the very first memory too. The sun shadows, it gets like bright and then it gets dark. Look at that. Like really bright when I look at it, really dark when I'm away, then bright and dark. I like the concept of like clouds coming in front of the sun or something else blocking the sun, but it's really, really extreme here. You shouldn't have this just constant changing. This is liable to drive someone mad. So on memories, we have one more investigation, two more investigations, then the knowledge, then the assassination. We have three more viewpoints and four more safe citizens. So I would say we're probably halfway through with this half of the memory, and it's gonna just constantly split things down that way. So you're gonna do half of what you did before until we get to about the middle, and then after about the middle it starts to be a bit more linear and more story based. A little bit, but not by much. Anywho, we've been going for an hour, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.